Hello everybody, got a video here on how to replace the end on your extension cords. I got this here one and the end of it was cut off from some people. So I figured I'd just throw another end on it. It's about 25 foot and I hate to throw it away. It's a pretty good cord. So all you really need is of course the cord that you're working on. Your end that you'll replace it with, which is either a male or a female. And this here's the 3-prong that I'm putting back on it, which I recommend these, especially if your cord's already got 3 prongs and you definitely want to get the ground back on it. You'll need a screwdriver, probably a straight or a Phillips, a pair of wire cutters. These are not a have to, but if you have them, they're really handy. And you'll need a knife of some sort, a Stanley knife, pocket knife, or something. Stanley knives work really good because they're really sharp. So, and also maybe a multimeter if you're not sure which wire goes where, and you can take and check that. And I'll show you how once I get this here skip back. You'll want to start out, go ahead and cut the insulation back a couple inches. That way you know you got plenty cut back here. Be real careful cutting into it so you don't cut the other wires. If you can, take and cut down through the center of it real lightly so you can just pull it back. And I already put a little cut around there and you can pull it on off. This here has the 3 wires in it and they're the colors that they should be. So this here would be your ground wire. The green is. The black, your hot wire. And the white's your neutral wire. So once you get that done, I will show you how to check these. Go ahead and skin the wires back some. And that one's being stubborn. Which is probably because I'm making a video and that's how it usually goes. Once you get them skipped back, go ahead and twist them together. That way they're not all frayed apart like this here. Once you get them twisted together, if you're not sure which one goes where, I will show you how to figure that out. Usually on your new ends, they'll have a couple of screws in them you gotta loosen up. This hairstyle is my favorite kind to use because you can take and just fold them back like that and everything's out of your way. This here one, which is this here, that will be your ground wire. And the big one here, that would be your hot wire, and the other one's your neutral wire. And if you're not for sure if your terminals are the same size like these are, just take and look at your other one. And as you can see, the little one here, this side would be your black wire, which is your hot wire. The bigger side is your neutral wire, which would be this side in. What you'll want to do is take your multimeter, turn it on to your like ohm setting or something. This here, I got it set so you can have it beeping. Don't matter which end you stick in here, take and stick one in there, and this here will be your ground wire, which is the green. And you just go into the other, and that's the neutral wire, so it's not beeping. And on the hot wire it does, so that leaves one wire left, and that's your neutral. So we'll go ahead and do this here part of it. When you do this, you'll want to see where your insulation is at on this, because you don't want to have too much wire and it's sticking out and be something like that. You want all this here insulated part inside. So I'm going to have to cut these back a little more. So just like before, you'll want to skin these back some. You won't need as much sticking out as I had there to start with. And once you get these skinned back, I'll show you how to put them in. And a lot of people on these, they'll just throw the cord away instead of fixing them. And a lot of times it's cheaper just to buy end and replace it. And it is just throw it away and start over with a new one. So on this here one, we'll start off with the ground wire, which it has a green screw in it, so you know that's the ground. On this here, you just stick the end of it down in there, because there's a part there in between, and this will just smash the wire together and it holds it in there. Bend these back out of my way, make it a little easier. And when you do that, make sure you got all the wire down in there. That way it's not sticking out and maybe touch the others and short out. Once you do that, make sure it's in there good, because you don't want it to come out on you. And now you got to put your other ones in, which is your ground and neutral. So make sure you get those in the right one. And on this here one for the hot wire, it has the brass colored screw there. So and now all we got is the neutral wire. We'll stick it down in there. And go back through after you do that and make sure they're all tight. A lot of times on the cords, what happens is the people, instead of grabbing up here to unplug them, they'll just jerk on the cord here and pull them out of the socket or whatever. And a lot of times it'll end up, over time, it'll break the wiring or pull it loose from the inside there. Now once you get it like that, go ahead and fold this back, or you'll have some that'll slide together this way and it'll set back into the cup part of it like. But this here just folds over Goes like that, and you'll tighten your screws down. And once you get that done, check it, make sure it's tightened down on it good. And that's all there is the replacing the ends on your cord. And it's the same thing on the other end, on the female end. Just you ain't got the prongs sticking out like these are. But it's the same thing, pretty much, putting them together. Just make sure you get your ground and your hot wire and neutral wires in the right spots. And that's all there is to it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment, hit the notification button, and have a great day, everybody.